Hello everyone, welcome back to another lesson. In the last lesson, we started talking about extinction. I also asked you to see what information you could find about the big 5 mass extinctions. I hope you tried to do some research. Anyway, here is some basic information about the 5 mass extinctions. This chart shows when they happened as well as the percentage of species on Earth that became extinct. Please note that these are just estimates and there is still debate and discussion surrounding how accurate some of these numbers are. It's really impossible to know for sure, but scientists always try their best to get as close to the truth as possible. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this chart. At the end of the Ordovician period, which was 444 million years ago, the level of extinction was 86%. That means approximately 86% of all species on Earth were wiped out. Wow, that's a really high number. Let's think about it this way. Let's say you know 100 people. Oh no, wait. Let's say you know 99 people. So in all, there are 100 people, 99 plus you. And tomorrow, 86 of them leave Hong Kong, and you never see them again. Don't you think that's a really large number? Well, it's the same thing here. 86% of the species on Earth became extinct. Let's move along to the Devonian period. In the late Devonian period, which was approximately 375 million years ago, the level of extinction was 75%. At the end of the Permian period, approximately 251 million years ago, the level of extinction was a whopping 96%. That's really crazy. That's extremely high, don't you think? And fourth, at the end of the Triassic period, approximately 200 million years ago, the level of extinction was 80%. And finally, at the end of the Cretaceous period, approximately 66 million years ago, the level of extinction was 76%. So that's some basic information about the big 5 mass extinctions. If you like, you can still do some more research on your own. Maybe you can see what animals died out. Maybe you can see what animals lived and survived. I think it'll be interesting, but it's up to you whether you like to do some research or not. The 6th mass extinction. We are now in the Cenozoic era, and in what scientists are calling the 6th mass extinction. This mass extinction is being labeled as the Holocene or the Anthropocene extinction. Now, here's a question. If anthropology is the study of human society, what do you think the Anthropocene extinction refers to? Think about it for a second. Pause the video if you need to, and then I'll give you the answer. Time's up. The Anthropocene extinction refers to a mass extinction caused by human activity. And here's another question. What sort of human activity could this include? I strongly suggest that you pause the video and think about what things humans do or can do to cause animals or plants to become extinct or in danger of extinction. If you like, you can even check the internet and then get back to the video. When you're ready, just continue the video. Okay, let me share some ideas with you. Perhaps humans can hunt or poach animals. Humans can create greenhouse gases that cause global warming. There are also other activities that create climate change. Sometimes humans pollute habitats with poisons or plastics. I think it's very likely that in your home you have some wood and you have some paper. Where do these come from? They come from trees. Therefore, sometimes humans destroy habitats through deforestation. Just in case you don't know, habitat is the place where animals live, and deforestation means removing forests by cutting down trees and so on. Another way that humans can cause plants or animals to become extinct is by introducing non-native species to areas that have a negative effect on the native species. Okay, that's a little bit of a tongue twister. What does it mean? Well, let's think about it this way. Let's imagine that there is an island, and on that island there are many rats. Now, if you brought cats to that island, what do you think might happen to the rats? What do cats like to do? They like to hunt mice. So if you introduce the non-native species, cats, to this area with the native species, rats, the cats will have a negative effect on the rats. That means that the rat population will go down or decrease. And sometimes human activity does the same thing. We introduce animals or plants to new areas, and those animals or plants upset the balance of the ecosystem. Extinct animals. Here we see some pictures and the names of some animals. What do they all have in common? Well, unfortunately, they are all extinct, which means we can no longer find them on Earth. Again, I would like to give you an opportunity to try to do some research. You don't need to check each and every animal, but you can take an active role in your learning. That means if you like, you can check some of these animals. If you like, you can check some other animals that are extinct. Or if you like, you can check every single one of them. That would be the best, but it's up to you. Anyway, let's read through the names and then we will end today's lesson. First of all is the dodo. The second one is a woolly mammoth. Next, we have a West African black rhino. What's this penguin-like looking bird? It's a great auk. Is this a tiger? Nope, it's a saber-toothed cat. And finally, wow, this animal has a really long neck. Do you think it's a giraffe? Of course not. This is a diplodocus. It's a kind of dinosaur. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope you learned something and I hope it was interesting. Please consider doing some research before the next video. Thank you, see you next time, goodbye.